Hey, I'm Brandon Johnson. You're watching my Closet Confessional on ShoesTV.
Thank you for having us today in your house, Brandon. Now, tell us a little bit about your history. You're not from LA originally, are you?
I'm not from LA originally. My journey began in the Midwest in Minneapolis, and went to the University of Wisconsin from there. Went from the Mini Apple to the Big Apple, and then from the East Coast to the left coast. So now here I am in Los Angeles, and I've been here officially since 2006.
Tell us a little bit about your background in theater.
It wasn't until I got to college that I had to figure out, what are you going to do with your life? I became a comprehensive theater actor, or major. And what that means is not only was I acting, but I was directing, I was building sets, I was doing scenic and lighting design, costuming, makeup, theater management. It was the works. From there, I sold my Camaro and bought a one-way ticket to New York City. And I went there with a little bit of Madonna gumption, and I said, I'm going to take over the world. And I just had this, I just had a lot of piss and vinegar in me, and I was just like, probably naive, and also probably just ambitious and determined. And so there, I began to cut my teeth on the pavement. And I went at it with everything I had. Eventually, things started to click, and I was able to sustain myself.
So you're just finishing up a series of Shake It Up. You've just finished a series of HGTV's My Yard Goes DVD. What else is there for you to do now?
What's on the horizon?
What's coming up?
What's coming up? A couple things. I'm going to go back to the HGTV world just for a moment. I'm going to do a new special called HGTV's RV 2013, did 2012 last year. The new adventure, no pun intended, is a new show for TNT coming out that, as of right now, it's called 72 Hours. TNT is moving into their first foray of unscripted reality competition shows. Every episode will stand alone. It's always going to have a new cast. You're always going to have a winner, and you're going to be traveling all over the world, literally the most remote locations in the world.
Your schedule is pretty much jam-packed.
It's crazy, man, and I'm getting married.
When's the date? Have you guys set a date?
We have set a date. It's going to be in May of 2013.
We're here to check out your shoes. Let's go take a look.
All right, after you.
By the looks of this closet, you're a very organized man. Like rows and rows.
Yes.
Color coordination and everything. Tell me a little bit about it.
What you're looking at here is amalgamation of my fiance being very generous. This is sort of what we're sharing. This you can see. These are up here, not mine. You name it, I kind of got it. I love shoes.
Nice.
Kicking us off here, front row, we got a whole bunch of Tsubos. I love Tsubos. This is a brand new pair of high tops they got out called Charins. Incredible detail. They actually have leather lining going all the way around, very lightweight. Leather laces. They come with other different color laces as well if you want to pop a color, which is really cool. You can check those out.
So when would have been the last time you wore these ones?
Probably about 10 minutes ago, before you came. I got a different pair on right now. Down here I'm rocking some Steve Madden boots. Again, kind of ankle. I like these guys. Easy on, easy off.
Camel fine, nice.
So this is a crazy kind. I think the detail on this, again, more the pattern, the way they feel is kind of interesting. I don't really rock these guys out all the time, but they're good to have, and you never know when you'll want something just a little bit of a deviation from the traditional black.
Color. I see color at the back.
You do. You want to move to the back.
I want to move straight to the back because a lot of black and I see red just pop straight out.
It's hard to miss these guys. These guys are pretty cool. This is Creative Recreation. This was actually a gift from my buddy Rashawn Fagan. He was nice enough to loan these to me, and I just ended up keeping them. But
so they're yours now. You can.
So they're mine now. Yeah, exactly. This is a brand new boot that just came out by Tsubo. This is the Winslow 2, and it's got that wingtip, so there's a little bit of elegance to it, yet there's a cool kind of the construction of it all gives it a bit of an edge. We got the traditional high tops.
High tops.
Black on black, son, murdered out. You know what I mean?
Yep. Classic.
Classic, straight up high top.
Yep.
One of my first memories of having cool shoes was a pair of Chuck Taylor high tops when I was in grade school and stuff. And I think I started off with like the multicolored and went on to have purple and red. So,
nice.
I did have more of a different color palette on my foot when I was younger, but now I just think black is pretty sleek. And also, these are the shoes that I wear when I play drums. I've been playing drums for almost 20 years.
Yep.
So I like to have a little ankle support when I rock out.
So you're saying a bit of color back in your day.
Yes. Oh!
These ones, front and center.
Perfect segue. Exactly.
Got some color in them.
All right, let's talk about my beautiful gems, if you will. This is the original pair of Doc Martens that I have had for at least over 20 years.
Whoa.
You can see I tied a knot here. I have not actually tied these shoes in over 20 years. This is all the original sole. I have done everything from skydive with these things on. I have gone to a billion concerts. I wore these probably at the very first Lollapalooza. I've probably even done some naughty stuff off camera that I can. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding. No, I seriously, I've gone everywhere in these things, and they've held up. And it's really just a nod to Doc Martens and how incredible these boots really are.
Still got more shoes.
We got some skateboard shoes going on in here. I don't get to skate as much as I used to when I was younger. These are the shoes that I would probably wear a little bit more. You can see that there's really thick ankle support in these guys, but they're just a little. I don't know, this is not so much my style anymore, you know what I'm saying? It took a lot to get from New York City to Los Angeles, where I currently am. And when, the reason I got this is I was trying to make ends meet, and I was a Frye boot model in New York. I was a shoe model for a while, and it really introduced me to shoes and my love of shoes. And so my first independent horror film that I starred in was a movie called Malevolence. And I was going to the red carpet premiere, and Frye let me keep these as a little gift, and I put them on. I wore them to the premiere, and so it's a little nostalgic in that way for me. But I also wore these things, like I said, all over town, and I wore it to all the auditions and to all the gigs. And what it did do is, when you put them on, it gives you a really strong stance, a sense of confidence, and all that jazz and all that stuff wound me up to get to a point where I got the gig, which gave me enough money to come to Los Angeles, and here I am now, and still sort of pinching myself, living the dream. It didn't happen overnight. It took a lot of work. Every sole in here has a story, and there's a lot of effort that went into getting to where I'm standing right now. So,
and these have been with you.
This is, I mean, actually, I think these boots really have a pivotal. Have a pivotal decision in some of the jobs that I took and some of the jobs that I got. They were there for the whole experience.
Brandon, thank you so much for showing us inside your closet. Now, where can we keep up with all the latest in Brandon Johnson?
To find out the latest and greatest, I would just go to officialbrandonjohnson.com, and that is going to be one-stop shopping for everything.